I'm Dudley.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you feel older?
Every day.
Every day? Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. It's I'm sorry. I just realized I have my headphones on backwards.
There you go.
There we go. Now everything sounds right. I knew something was wrong because you were in the wrong ear.
Yes. We are older. Our birthday was just recently.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrated it with friends and family, and some people we're just okay with.
Mostly, what are you? You said friends, okay?
Yes.
Family,
yes.
Okay, and then you said people that we were okay with. The only other people that would include would be our lady friend.
Yes, that's the supreme version of being okay with someone.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess that is arguable.
It's to be
I
okay.
I would not put it in those terms.
The deepest respect you can give to someone is to be okay with them.
Yeah, that is a thing. I don't know where to go with this. Games.
Yeah, that's what we're here to talk about.
We played lots of games.
Yes, we did.
People apparently wanted to hang out with us because it was our birthday.
Yes. Actually, I played something before we got together for our birthday.
Oh. Yeah.
Earlier in the week, I went and hung out with our good friend Gary.
Gary.
And he introduced me to a new game.
Yeah? What's the new game?
It's called Sprawlopolis. Yes, it's like Metropolis, except you replaced the metro part with sprawl. Like sprawling. Like a sprawling city. So, it is a card. It's a game. It's a board game, if you will. It uses only 18 cards for the whole game. It fits in a little leather thing, little wallet-sized thing. You can literally put it in your wallet pocket. Put it in your wallet pocket and carry it with you.
Where would I put my wallet?
In your another pocket.
But
you could probably, it's slim enough, you could probably put it in there with your wallet. It could share the wallet pocket.
No.
Coexist
No.
with the wallet pocket.
No.
Yes. But it's a weird little game. There's 18 cards. All of the cards on one side have a 4 squares of the different districts in a city. You have like the residential district, the industrial district, parks, and then one more. What was it? I can't recall. But and on the other side is scoring conditions. So what you do is you shuffle the card and you pick 3, and you lay those out, and that's your scoring conditions. Each one has a number in the top corner, and you total that number up, and that's the score you're trying to get. And it's not a competitive game; it's co-op. You're both trying to build a city that generates the most points and to win together. And so what you do with the rest of the cards...
So how do you beat the other person?
You don't. It's cooperative. Do you know what cooperative means?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But how do you win?
You win by... You both win together by scoring more points.
You don't understand what I'm asking.
Yeah.
How do you defeat the other player?
That is not an objective in this game.
Then it's not a game.
It is a game. It is. You win with other people.
But
possible.
How do you celebrate your?
Okay, let me say. You and I come in here
of your opponent.
Oh, let's look at it this way. You and I come into this room. We do a podcast once a week. We come in here and we cooperate.
Yes.
And the end result is a successful podcast. We both have
actively trying to beat you. I will win this podcasting game.
Okay, what's the score right now?
I don't want to give it away, but I'm winning.
Do you have a large lead?
It leaps and bounds.
Oh, okay.
Leaps and bounds.
Well, in this game,
you can say I've gamed the system.
Oh, is that so? In this game, there is either everyone wins or cooperative
as
game.
You claim it's called.
Yes. The one part, either both of you win. Actually, it plays up to 4 players. All of you win, or none of you win. That's how it works.
But
The goal
Someone
is to score
has
points.
to win.
Well, I mean, yeah, yes, someone's.
Oh, okay, I
There
understand.
multiple people.
I understand. One person is trying to make everyone lose. That's
No.
how they win.
No.
I get
No.
Co-op.
Yeah,
It
no.
totally makes sense.
I believe that is a nihilist, not a cooperative.
They just want to watch the world burn down.
No. Okay. I'm gonna tell you to stop talking while I explain this game.
Okay.
So there are 4 different colors districts on the cards, and they're organized in different ways. There are roads that move across the card, and the idea is that by putting together different districts and different groupings, you get points. But they also don't like roads, so the more individual roads you have, there's a road tax that gets subtracted from your points. And that's just a general way of play. But then you have each card gives scoring conditions. They give special rules for how you score. So it may be like, for every park that's by itself, you get a point, but for every, industrial area, you lose some points. So you're trying to get as few industrial areas in there, and you're covering them up because you can play the card on top of each other. It's really strange, and it's a little hard to explain, but go check it out. It's really cool. I really enjoyed it. I want to play it some more. You can actually play it by yourself. It's like almost a solitaire game that you can then play with other people.
I get it.
No, I don't think you do.
You win by collecting the road tax. The person with the most road tax wins.
No.
Got it.
No.
Sprawlopolis.
But Gary and I played twice. It was fairly quick. One of the games we had to make loops. So the longer the loop that came back around on itself, the more points you scored. And so we may end up making 2 loops. We have not won yet though. If I'm being really honest, we played both times and we didn't win.
So you want the biggest loop.
Yeah.
The person with the biggest loop wins.
Not always. It depends on the scoring condition cards that you flip over. So it changes every time you play. Sometimes you got to get a lot of points, sometimes not as many. Like both times we had to get 30-something points, which seemed like a lot. We never got to it. I think we got to 26 points the first time. And then we needed 30. And then the second time we needed 31 points, and we got to 22. So we didn't do great. Something like that.
So you and Gary are incompetent.
It's a hard game.
You could not defeat each other.
We weren't competing. That it is not competitive. I've explained this, and I'm not going to explain it again.
Okay.
So Sprawlopolis
understand.
is an awesome little game. You can get it. It fits in your wallet pocket. It's great. The same company made another game that we didn't get a chance to try out, called Circle the Wagon, which is another take on the wallet-sized card-based game that you can just flop out and set out. And he kind of showed
Don't
it to
say flop out.
flop out. And it looks cool, but I haven't had a chance to play it.
Uh-huh.
So go check them out.
Sprawlopolis.
Sprawlopolis. Sprawlopolis.
Okay. That's
Sprawlopolis.
something.
I think that's right.
Quote unquote a game.
Yes, it is a game. Just go get it and put it in your wallet pocket.
No. Where will my wallet go?
It'll fit. It's so small, it'll fit in there.
I don't.
I mean, Gary kind of busted it because he sleeved all the cards, so it got too thick, so maybe it won't fit in his wallet anymore. But just the base thing, it comes a little thing. A little wallet.
Mm-hmm. We played a new game.
Yes, we did.
We talked about it, I think, a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
Because our buddy Trey sent it our way.
He did.
And I backed it on Kickstarter.
Yes.
It's called Inhuman Conditions.
Yes, it's based off the Blade Runner Android test, the Voight Comp test.
Yeah. If you had backed the game, you get a print and play.
Yes.
Which I have gotten access to, but I have not.
I know, you didn't even tell me you had it. And then I was getting a picture from Trey showing him printing it and cutting it. And I'm like, wait, this is out? Why didn't you tell me? You deprived me of knowledge.
I've been
I don't
busy.
appreciate that.
And I see the emails, but I haven't read them. And I knew it was coming, but I just hadn't. And then I really didn't see the first print and play. I saw the extra ones they added on later, and I was like, oh, the print and pray is somewhere in my email.
Yes.
I haven't gone and got it.
But it's good because Trey's a perfectionist and does quality work and actually printed them on nice cardstock and made a really nice set out of the print and play set. And I don't think we could have replicated that, to be honest. I think it would have been a little lazier.
Yeah. Ours would not have been as nice.
Yes.
Put simply.
So yeah, we gave it a run.
So we played it, I don't know, half a dozen times.
We played it 9 times.
9 times.
Yes.
Okay. You kept track of it.
No, I know because he had a packs of the inspector cards.
Yeah.
There was 9 in a set, and we did all but 1.
Oh.
I mean, there was 10 in a set. We did all but 1. Sorry.
Okay.
He had 3. He printed 3 sets of them. So.
Yeah. And so I played the first game with Trey. I was the suspect. He was the investigator.
Yes.
And the way it works is you get like a bunch of little information. So like if you're the suspect, you get a personality or a trait.
There are packs. There's like in the base set that it came with the printer, there was 4 packs, but there's going to be like
packets.
10. Yeah, packets. There's going to be like 10 of them in the final.
I think they're adding more. I can't.
And maybe adding more.
I'm not sure where they're at on it now, but the Kickstarter's raised a lot of money.
Yeah, and so with each pack, you have a set of questions that the investigator, not necessarily, they don't have to stick to them, but it gives them some guidelines. And
but the suspect,
what kind of questions to ask.
Yeah.
And the suspect has a set of suspects, the cards that they can look at, and they range from being regular human. And to being a robot of 2 different types. There's the patient robot.
Or the violent robot.
Or the violent robot. And so they each have criteria that they're trying to accomplish.
So we divvied it up, and you get get 3, and you get to pick one if you're the robot or potential robot.
Yeah.
And so the first game, I got a card that said I was a antique dealer.
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So you get what your job is, basically.
Yeah, it was like it's kind of a tile
or
a role-playing data point type thing.
And then you get your card that tells you, you know, if you're human, and if you're a patient robot, you have to. You have a restraint. You can't talk about certain things, or you can't use certain words. Or, certainly. And then the violent robot has a checklist. That if they get 2 of the things of the 3 in their checklist, they can
murder
kill the investigator.
They're trying to they have obsessions, and what they're trying to do is rewrite their programming so that they can use violence. Because they're normally programmed, they have inhibitors that keep them from being violent. So what they're doing is they're using their obsessions to break their programming so that they can murder the investigator and then mark themselves as human, which is weirdly satisfying. But it's always something weird. It's like for example, it was a fun little story because you and Trey went against each other.
Yeah,
Trey determined you were a robot.
And I was not.
You were not a robot. So you were a human who was then sent for reprogramming.
Yes. And the problem was I really wasn't prepared for the line of questioning.
Yeah, you got a little nervous.
The questions were really... They threw me off.
Yes.
And thus I got befuddled. And then I couldn't recover.
Yes.
And thus I felt my problem was there's also a
penalty condition.
Penalty condition.
Yeah.
And if you are a patient patient robot, if you mess up and you break the rule you have in front of you.
If you go outside your restraints or your
parameters. You have to do whatever the penalty is.
Yeah.
And mine was apologize.
And all of the penalties are things that you might do naturally during a conversation, like apologize or swear or repeat the question being asked or things like that. So apparently, I didn't even notice, but apparently you apologized twice
during the whole interview, and I don't remember ever doing.
You must have been like, "I'm sorry, what?" And so he thought, he just did the penalty twice.
Yeah.
Because the patient robot has to do it if he goes outside his parameters, and the violent robot,
one of the objectives is pinging the machine.
Yeah, basically, they usually have 2 other objectives, and then the third one's always doing the penalty twice. And so they'll know the inspector's supposed to watch for someone doing the penalty to see if they
that's an indicator.
Yeah, it's an indicator.
Well, apparently I did the penalty and didn't even know it.
Yes,
because mine was apologizing.
Trey got suspicious,
and he assumed I was a robot, and I was not.
Yeah.
And I was sent off to be.
Yeah. So y'all both lost in that condition because the inspector doesn't want to accidentally label someone a robot when they're not.
To get it right.
But what's the cool little thing is one of the roles that you can get is former investigator or disgraced investigator.
Yeah.
So we flipped the table, and I became the investigator, and then Trey became the suspect, playing the former inspector that he was just. Investigator that he was just playing, which was really fun. Except when he killed me,
he turned out to be
straight up murdered me.
Violent robot.
Well, I know, and it's fun because having never played the game, I did not know what any of the conditions like the robots are trying to meet. But I picked up on stuff. I noticed he kept interrupting me.
Yeah,
he was doing one of two things. He would interrupt me. Or he just kept rambling on and on and on, and afterwards I found out it's because he was waiting for me to interrupt him, and which I did. And then it got really awkward, and I'm like, I was literally, and I was like, he's a robot. There's no way he's not a robot. And I was literally about going to pick up the pen to mark him as a robot because we don't have the stamps yet. They just, the full version comes with little robot human stamps.
Yeah, we have the print in place. So
so I was reaching for our red pen to mark him as a robot. And as I was doing it, I was asking a question, like, because there's a 5-minute timer. I was asking, do I have to wait till the timer runs out before I make a decision, or can I? And then he slammed his hand on the table and stood up, which indicates that he is a violent robot and that he has medical conditions.
Which is startling the first time.
I screamed like a little girl. And, in fact, there was other people in the other room playing another game, and they all jumped and were laughing because they didn't know what was going on. And I got murdered.
Yep. So you were murdered by the former investigator who sent a human to be lobotomized or something.
It's fantastic. It's a really
game.
Fun.
It's really fast.
It's fast. Yeah, it's a 5-minute round.
Yeah.
Each round, and it's 2 player. And you think, it's only 2 players, but everyone can sit around and watch. It's kind of it's a really fun game to watch. You can sit on one side or the other of the table, so you can be like, okay, see what the investigator's doing, and then see what the robot's doing, and kind of watch it, be a spectator from either side. So it's a lot of fun for other people to watch. And
especially if you know what it's a robot and what they're trying to do, and listening to them do the linguistics to jump through the hoops.
Trey did a fantastic one where he was a patient robot, and he had to put a positive spin on everything and take credit for it.
Yeah.
And he picked up the 2 roles he had to pick from. One was like dock worker or something like that. The other one was motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Which was perfect.
Yeah.
And I watched it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I had already looked at what his card was, and I was like, oh shit, this is going to be great. And he did a fantastic job. And of course, the set of questions were all about dealing with grief and, negative things. And he won't answer the questions about dealing with those things and just keeps twisting it around to, you should try out my 3-step program. And it was like kept twisting, it's great. I've helped lots of people and stuff. And it was great. It was really fun to watch.
Did he get through it? I don't think
he did.
I can't remember. I don't think he did. I think he came close, but
I thought he did. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember either. You did a fun thing where you were a patient robot.
I was a patient robot, and
I was dying. It was killing me. It was so funny.
Because the only thing I couldn't do was talk about anyone I couldn't talk about anyone I knew personally.
Yeah,
I could only talk about strangers or people
strangers or
know.
Enemies.
Yeah,
is what it said.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to talk about specific people you might have a real relationship with, and you were
I ran for
mayor. You ran for mayor.
I ran for mayor last year, unsuccessfully or whatever.
Yeah, and
it turned into
It was really smart on your part. It was weird. but it was clever. You started talking about, because I think they asked about a hobby, and you said, "Oh, I'm building a yacht."
Yes,
in my backyard.
In my backyard, and I just went on and on about this yacht.
Even though you live nowhere near the ocean or anything, you were just like, no, it's just about building it.
Yeah.
And you were just rambling on about building a yacht. And you did pretty good because they at one point the investigator asked you a question about like
neighbors,
and rather than like be specific or anything, you were just like, no.
I don't. You were like, what do your neighbors think about you building a yacht? But they were like, I don't know. And you wouldn't engage the question. I just was like, no.
You were doing good, and I think you would have passed off maybe as just a quirky human. Except he got you at the end. He was like, well, what does your wife think?
And I messed up, and
he asked if you had a wife, and you said yes. And then he said, what does she think? And then you were like, oh, you were stuck. And then he was like, robot.
I was like, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
Damn it! I should have lied.
You pigeonholed yourself.
I should have been like, no, I don't have a wife. And then I was like, couldn't talk about it. And then I just messed up.
Yeah.
What really I should have done was try to go ahead and talk about a wife, but do the penalty.
Yes.
But there was no way I was going to do that penalty because it was
rhyming.
And I am terrible at doing that.
Yeah.
Like doing the calibration at the beginning. You
had
the penalty. And I was just like trying to come up with words that rhyme, and I'm not good at that.
A lot of them have, you have to be clever at how you work them in, because a lot of being a robot is being subtle and like trying to sneak stuff in, because I had a blast, and at one point I was a violent robot. I think you were the investigator,
yes.
And I got the options. I got was I had to mention an animal 3 times. I had and the second one was make an animal sound, and then of course the normal penalty. And I think my penalty was like swearing or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It was real obvious.
It was real obvious. I was like, okay, that's gonna be really obvious if I do that. Not that it would be odd for me to swear. It just wouldn't. It would have been weird for me to do it in this context.
Yeah,
it'd be
I would have noticed it. That's for sure.
So I looked at the rolls I drew, and they were both pretty good. I don't remember what one of them was, but I remember them both being, I could make this work. But the second one I picked was cult leader, and I thought I can make this work. So I put on this like air of a weird, like eccentric cult leader
who is letting me in on all the secrets.
I'm just like, hey man, I'm just gonna, these people, I don't really believe any of this shit. I'm just riding this, Travy train and keeping it up, and people, I got all these followers. They do what I say, and I was just. At first, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I almost didn't pick the violent robot, because I had 3 options. 2 of them were humans, and the third one was the violent robot. So it was either, okay, play human or play this violent robot. And I was like, I'm not sure I can do it. And so, but I was like, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to try. And I quickly realized, hey, there's tons of ways I can use animal things as descriptive and be kind of not obvious. So I said something like, a little birdie told me, or, yeah, my right-hand guy, he kind of weaselly looking, and I kept doing little things like that.
You talked about cows for
and then at one
minutes.
point, somehow we got on cows, and I said, oh, cows are weird. Something about milk, and I said, I don't like cows. Cows are weird. Cows are gross. And I'm like, it's not like this thing. It's just I don't like cows. And then I slipped in. Cows are weird. Out standing out their fields, mooing, moo, and I made a moo sound, and that's how I slipped in the.
Yeah, and that's I did not even catch it.
Exactly.
I didn't even notice you mooed in the middle of the interview.
And I was just like. You were like, well, what do your followers think about all this? What happened?
Well, no, what happened was I was talking about, well, how would you act if you had a right man named Bob?
Yeah,
and I said, how would you act if he didn't do what you wanted him to? And he's like, oh, you were like, he always does. Yeah, but what if he doesn't?
And I go,
what if he actively says no? And you were like, oh, well, I would do this. And
I slammed my hand on the table and stood up, and damn it. It was perfect. I was and I had, you get this rush, like a little bit of an adrenaline rush. And Ricky was hanging out watching and playing with us, and he was just like, you were fantastic. I was like, I didn't know how you were going to do it, but I was just like, wow, I can't believe you did that. And then, Trey was like, yeah, you moved. And Dudley was like, wait, what? You were like, I don't, you did what? And I just like, I can't even believe you didn't even notice. But I was having fun. I was just like trying to be like the charismatic cult leader and being overly talkative. And
it's fun.
It's
a real fun game.
It is a lot of fun. If you like improvising, you like role-playing.
And a bit of role-playing, a bit of improvising.
Yeah.
A bit of, you know,
it's a fun twist
absurdity.
on the hidden roles, and I love it.
Yeah.
We need to make our own copy of it. We talked about maybe playing it on the air.
Yeah.
Which I think would work pretty well.
Yeah, because it's only a 5-minute thing.
Yeah, so it's a 5-minute game. We probably could play like a couple of games rounds in it and just let everyone listen. And it is awesome. So if you like that kind of thing, you should keep listening. At some point we'll do some rounds on the air, and then go check out the Kickstarter and get in it while you still can.
It ends this week.
Yeah, so you
October 11th.
Yeah, so you got to the end of the week.
It's $25 buy-in. It's well
worth it. You go if you got mine now, you'll get the early access to the print and play copy, and it's awesome.
Yeah, when it comes
really
out
fantastic.
next year, you'll get a whole bunch of extra goodies.
Yes.
So definitely worth it. And apparently, I really want everyone to go back it because they're apparently going to do nicer if it gets to 400,000.
Yeah,
which is it's still like 100,000 away. They're going to upgrade the stamps.
Oh,
and I have a weird obsession with those stamps.
Yeah,
and I really want like a nice heavy duty stamp,
like the big handle old school stamp thing.
Yeah,
that, like,
it'd be great if it had like a stamp that had a switch on it so you could flip between robots.
Oh, yeah.
So when you flip it,
that'd be complicated.
Not really. You just have a
it would have to be a double-sided one,
right?
Yeah,
double-sided, and you just flip a switch, and whichever way it goes. It'd be great.
That would be cool.
So that you could.
So even after you stamp it, they may not even know.
Yeah,
but. One of my favorite features, there's a lot of cool things going on in this game. There's a lot of weird little things it does. Like the slam, standing up to indicate that you've murdered your opponent, which is alarming. Like I said, I screamed like a little girl. It scared me.
Yeah.
Because I was literally about to mark him as a robot, and then he stood up, and I was like, oh, crap. And that's alarming. And then being on the other side, doing it is a lot of fun. But also, if you're a patient robot, because there are different goals. The violent robot, his whole goal is to murder the investigator. That's his whole purpose.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be passed off as human by the investigator. He doesn't want to. He
just wants to murder him.
He just wants to murder him and be done with. The human just wants to pass off as a human. That's it,
and not get
and then the patient robot just wants to be passed off as human, and that's it. And what's great is after someone declares your opponent human. If you're a violent robot, you've lost. Your head explodes. Your head explodes, which is fun. If you're a patient robot or human, you reach across the table and shake hands with the investigator. And if you're a human, you can just thank them or go on. But it recommends if you're a patient robot saying something weird and creepy.
And the funniest one on that was Robert.
Yeah, Robert, our brother.
Robert was like. He didn't
come up with anything.
He was just like couldn't come up with anything. So like right when he shook his hand, he was like beep boop.
Yeah.
And Trey with the investigator goes, it was effective. It did creep me out because I wasn't expecting it. Because he had marked him as human.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was a lot of fun. I wanted to keep playing it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I would have done it all night. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll have to try to get together with the Cartwrights again and
do it some more.
Do it some more.
It is fantastic.
We played a couple of rounds of Secret Hitler.
Yes, we did, which is always a lot of fun.
Always a lot of fun. I don't want to. We won't cover it too much. We covered a lot.
Yeah, we've covered Secret Hitler quite a bit.
Introduced Rob to Hero Realms.
Yes, which he really enjoyed, and it is such a great game.
It is, and we need to play it more often because it's such a quick, easy throw together game.
Especially with 2 players, it's real quick. You can just throw it out and play. And we had you and I and Robert had a game that went on quite a while. Like we were all doing really well. We all had the pretty decent decks built up. Robert got up ahead of us. You and I had to kind of work together to knock him down because he had all this stuff that he had a ton of champions.
Yeah,
he was putting out tons of stuff.
He had a beast of a deck going.
Yeah, he had some nice synergy going on because he had a bunch of champions, but he had this vampire guy that could bring champions out of his discard pile, and he had a bunch of stuff that was healing him.
At one point, he had like 5 or 6 champions.
Yeah, he had like 6 champions on the
good
table
Lord.
and like 60-something health when you start at 50, and he just healed himself up.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing really well, and then we were like, we got to do something. So you and I started hitting on him and we were able to eliminate him with a little bit of struggling.
Yeah.
And then you and I were then like butting heads.
Yeah,
trying to get each other out.
We were both kind of butting heads on defeating him because you had a chance to do it.
I did not have a
chance.
You
decided to go, let him live a little longer and
I
did
did not
kill
have
some of my guards.
If I remember correctly, I did not have enough to kill him outright. I was like 1 point short. I could not have.
You were close.
By what you're saying is I had to trash one of my cards that I really liked that did a lot of damage.
No.
And I wanted to use it more, and therefore I didn't.
You were at one point because you killed one of my guards, and you could have killed him, but you chose to just eliminate my guard because, quote unquote,
I think
were gonna have to deal with me anyway.
Well,
and then that's what.
I mean, it's
and
accurate.
So I had to put it off.
Well, I mean, if I killed Robert, then you would have hit me with all the stuff you had sitting on the table.
I did,
and I
would have,
and I didn't want you to do that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to leave Robert, so he had to help deal with him before.
And I made the mistake of killing Robert off, and I should have just not done it.
Yeah, you should have waited
and let you get messed up, and then, but no.
Yeah. So I ended up winning. It was awesome.
I may see if my lady friend will.
I was thinking about trying to introduce it to my lady friend.
Yeah.
I think she might enjoy it.
Yeah, I think so too. It's simple enough.
It's real simple. It's really
not to say she couldn't get into a complicated game. I'm just
it's
easy. Not a gamer.
It's really easy to teach. You basically teach everyone a couple of symbols, what they mean, and then you go.
And the theme really doesn't matter for the most
part. It doesn't, but you can get into it.
Yeah, you can, but you can just play it.
Yeah.
But I may try it.
Yeah.
But we also play Bang.
The
dice game.
The dice game.
Or a guide game, I think it's called. But we played one round through it. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And we played For Sale, which is another little fun game.
Yeah, one of the the fun little game, the cart site. The Cartwrights. The Cartwrights.
And then we had another go with Who Goes There?
Yes, we did.
With Ricky and Rob.
Yes.
And
for those who don't know, we've talked about this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Kickstarter game that our buddy John Dorsey backed, and he let us borrow it for this weekend, which we appreciate. Thank you, John. And it's a board game based off the novella of the same name, Who Goes There, which the movie The Thing is based off of. So it's the same basic plot of that movie. Kind of like Outpost 31. We talked about it before. It's very different. It's less of a hidden roles game like Secret Hitler, the way Outpost 31 is, or Avalon, or something like that. And it's more of it's kind of does its own little thing.
It got more interesting mechanics.
It does. They did a lot of cool. It got a ton of pieces. I mean, the box is huge. Of course, it also this one has all the expansions, but it's a huge box and it's a bunch of characters and all kinds of different pieces. And it takes really the biggest problem is getting it all laid out, which doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
But explaining all the different parts.
Yeah, once you learn to play it, it's really
fairly
easy,
quickly.
You can play it. And the mechanics are simple enough, but there's a lot of nuances to
it.
And it's really good. And
it's really great. I really like it.
We were playing through it pretty good. I was worried we weren't going to have time to finish it.
Yeah.
But then
because Rob had to hit the road. He's got to go back home.
He was leaving us. But whatever. And but thankfully, I guess not thankfully, but coincidentally, Rob died.
Yeah, he got killed.
Right around when he needed to leave.
Yeah, he needed to leave. So
sad for him because he didn't get to see how it played out.
Well, I texted him later and I filled him in.
Good.
Because he had one vulnerability card, so he could have been the Thing.
Yes.
You had a bunch for a while. You had the most for a little while, and then I caught up and passed you.
Yeah.
And then Ricky had one. But we were all kind of being like really cooperative, and eventually got to the point where I I was playing the doctor, and one of my special cards is to be able to do a blood test. And the way it works is we both we have to be truthful, and we look at each other's clickers to see if the other person is infected or not. And you have to be truthful, and you don't get infected by doing it. And we discovered that you and I were both clean.
Yeah, this was after Brob had died.
Yeah, this is after Brob died. And so it was just the two of us. And then, so Brob had one vulnerability card, Ricky had one, and there was like 3 or 4 still sitting on the table.
Yes.
And at this point, I had 3 or 4, and you had 4 or 5.
We both had 4.
We both had 4.
And then, because I was like, you have 4, you have just as many as me. And then
we both were clean.
So we were both clean. I was like, okay,
well,
this is good.
And then I was like, it either means it hasn't come up yet, or it's Ricky or Robert. And then Robert it would have been the best case, because he's dead. He wouldn't be counteracting us. We just have to get enough points to win.
Yeah.
And so we went
on.
I ended up drawing 2 more vulnerability cards, but both of them were blank. But not that you were on the fence. Not that you knew.
I was like, he could be it, and Ricky was playing really helpful and everything. So I was like,
and then finally, I was sitting there going, I was trying to appeal to you, going, I drew 2 blanks, and it has to either have been Robert or it's Ricky. I was like, because I know you didn't draw anymore.
Yeah, I didn't draw anymore
still, and so I was like, it has to be one of them. And really, our best bet is you were going to be the leader.
I was the leader.
So you are going to get the helicopter and pick who goes on.
I really was going to probably pick you and leave Ricky.
Yeah. And which would have been best, because we both had more points to bring, and we could have.
And so, I had to because he was the most unknown.
Yeah. And so we're down. We're almost there. We're on the last round. We're on the last round. We're just trying to get as many points to go on, and it takes a bit of a turn. And you ate it.
Yeah, well, we had a roller coaster. There was a point where I was like, we're all gonna die. We're doing terrible. And then we turned it around.
We turned around. We were on the upswing,
and we were doing really well. We all had hit our stride. Yeah. And I was like, oh, we're on the last round. It'll be fine. And we got a madman.
Yeah, running around trying to break stuff in the habitat.
I was thinking, okay, well, I usually had some bullets or something to amp up my attack, and I was like, okay, I got this. I got 5. I'll roll 5, and I have to get 3, and I have
3
a flare.
successes. Yeah,
it'll be fine. I rolled. I got 1 success.
So there was nothing you could do.
So there was nothing I had to do, and I had 2 strikes. So I took a strike, and I died.
Yeah. So you died right at the beginning of the last round.
Yes.
And so we were left sitting there going, well, crap. And I was like, well, as long as Ricky is not the thing, we could still have a chance. I was totally at the point. I was like, we had to roll 9 points on the dice at the end to win. So it was okay. We got on the helicopter. We slammed the door closed, and it locked. And we revealed that I was clean.
Yeah, I got Robert.
You went and got Robert's thing.
Since we were both dead, I revealed both of ours.
Yeah.
And
it turns out
Robert was clean,
and Ricky was the thing. And there was nothing I could do. There was no way I could get enough points to beat him. So we lost. It took us a while, 4 hours or so playing this game.
It was a long game.
And it's always long when you're teaching. We had to teach 2 people how to play the game, and you got to explain a bunch of stuff.
I think we could do it in 3 if we
I think we could do it probably. I bet you we could do it in 2.
We get distracted a lot, though.
We do. We talk a lot, as you might know from listening to the show.
I think if we were really gung-ho, we could probably do it in 3.
We could probably do it I think we could do it in 2.
No.
If we focus, I think we could do it in 2.
No.
I think we could do it in the allotted time. I think if we focused and we just kind of stayed on top of playing, I think we could.
Not gonna happen.
Without all the distractions or stopping to make a sandwich or anything like that.
Yeah. I postponed eating.
I did not. I made a sandwich in the middle.
You made a sandwich.
I made a sandwich.
Like, come on.
So we found out who does go there, and it was Ricky.
Ricky goes there.
And he killed us and won and flew away. It's such a fun game.
It is fun.
Really enjoyable.
I enjoyed it a lot more than I enjoyed Outpost 31.
I enjoyed the Outpost 31, but I also think us playing that one was a little tame because we were doing that. The rule book on that that copy we had was terrible.
Yeah.
It is not very well laid out, and it's really hard. It's really hard to understand what it's trying to explain. So the first game we played with it, we botched completely, and we had to cancel it.
Really
the second
long.
game we got through it, but there was a few things we did wrong and didn't utilize until way too late. So I think we would have to give it another shake before I would give it any kind of real.
I'd say that, but I enjoyed Who Goes There.
Who Goes There is really great. The art's fantastic. The board layout's really cool. The insert for the box is fantastic.
Yeah, which I reorganized. Yeah. You're welcome, John, because they were out of order.
And the rules books is really easy to flip through. I had no trouble. Like there were a few things we'd only played it once, so I had to grab the rule book quite often.
It has a very nice table of contents that covers 90% of the things you're gonna look for. So it's really good.
It's easy to do, and like I said, it's not complicated. It just has a lot of pieces.
Yes.
So.
And once you learn the how it works, you can pick it up.
It's really easy to pick up, and so we highly recommend it if you can get a copy.
Yeah,
it is great.
Yeah. Yes. Did you play anything else?
No, I am tempted by a couple of things. Robert was talking about Hollow Knight. He got the Hollow Knight on the Switch, and he was talking about it, and that got me really amped up because that game is fantastic.
Yeah.
It is such a great game, and him talking about it reminded me of how great that game is. And so I'm like, maybe I should get it on the Switch. I don't need to buy it on the Switch. I already own it on the PC, and I have pretty much beat it.
Many games already.
I know, but it's such a great game. And he was talking about that, and I really enjoyed having the conversation about that game. Yeah. It's just so good. But also, Mario Party came out.
Yes,
on our birthday of all day.
I know.
It came out.
And you didn't get it for me.
I was going to go get it.
For me?
No, for me.
Oh, well, I don't care.
For us to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Acceptable.
So we could, because we were having a party, and so maybe we should have invited Mario.
And his party.
Yeah, we should have invited Mario to the party. That's what I realized.
I didn't know Mario liked to party.
Yeah, Mario likes to party. Mario's a big party guy.
He gives mustache rides.
I don't think he. I can't comment on that.
I can. Anyway,
but yeah, I want to get it. It just, work's been crazy, and then I thought if we had actually left work for lunch, we probably would have ended up at a Best Buy, and
people
I would
were
have
feeding us.
But yeah, they were giving us cake and roast and stuff for our birthday because I guess they like us. I don't understand it. So we never left, and so we never. We were on the way home before I remembered. Hey, it came out, and so I was like, well, I'll have to pick it up later. So I might still pick it up because it is an immensely fun game.
Hopefully.
I hope. I love the old. I haven't played a Mario Party game. Mario Party game in a long time.
They shorted to Marpar.
Marpar. Okay. I haven't played a Marpar in a long time. But the original, first Marpar.
We played it a lot. Yeah.
We played a lot. It was on the 64. I rubbed holes into my hand.
Yeah, we got blisters from some of those games.
If you ever had the 64 and you played Mario Party, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You had the controller and had the little joystick in the middle, right? Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of games that utilized rotating the joystick. And so the fastest way to do it is take your open hand, flat palm on the joystick and oscillate. And just go as quickly as possible. And you could get
helps
some
me
speed
later in life, too.
Oh, I'm okay. And you oscillate it really
fast. You hand on it and you oscillate.
And you can rub a hole. And I have bled playing Mario Party.
I had gotten blisters from it. It's not pleasant.
Yeah, and it is, terrible blisters to the point I was like, okay, I can't play for a while because I got to let my wounds heal. Like, I would switch to the other hand. I think at one point I had a blister on both hands because I was obsessed.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about it. I'm probably going to
make new blisters.
I'm going to probably grab it sometime this week.
Cool. Well, maybe I'll play it with you and we can
see.
I
like to find someone who also gets it so we can try out the dual Switch thing and see how well that works. Nice. But I understand not wanting to buy two copies. I get it. So I'm excited about that. That's
Cool.
gonna be cool. But
I played a little bit of Spider-Man.
yeah,
Just a touch.
just a touch, just a tip.
I was like, oh, I got a little bit of time. I started playing it, and then I got sidetracked, and then I had to stop in mid-mission, and I'll get back to it maybe later this week. I'm really enjoying it. I want to finish it, and I've heard the ending's good, but I don't know what it is, so I just want to play it.
Okay.
So hopefully I'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about before we jump into some news?
No, I don't. I think that's covered just about everything that we played.
Okay. Well, right off the top.
Right off the top. Just skim the top.
Just the top.
The skim milk.
Oh, gross.
Of the news.
Moo.
Moo. I can't believe you didn't notice me mooing.
I didn't hear you. I didn't catch it. You got me off guard. I guess.
I was having a good time, and it was funny because and I've done this before in like hidden roles games. I get really into it, and like and I know Ricky's sitting next to me, and he's seen this more than once. I know he knows what I'm doing. He's watching, and he's like my audience, and so he's sitting there, and he just has his hand over his face because I think he's trying to keep himself from laughing and or just like making an expression that gives away what I'm doing. But he was just like, afterward, he was like, "You were doing fantastic." And I just like, "Oh, thank you." I was like, I thought I was.
We've already covered this.
But anyway, I'm sorry.
You're rambling. You're repeating.
I know, but
repeating.
You're
just trying to give yourself a compliment.
I'm not. It's just such a wonderful game. I did, but it's such a wonderful game.
Anyway,
you didn't catch a move. That's all.
Telltale Games. A little more news this week.
Yeah.
They laid off some more employees.
What few they still have left?
They had 25, was supposedly what they had left, and then a couple of them went on Twitter this week saying, "Yeah, we're part of that Pelican crew. Yeah, we've been fired."
Yeah.
So they laid off some more people. Then they also another announcement came that Skybound Games, which I've never heard of, will be completing season 4 of The Walking Dead.
Oh, so they actually found someone to take it.
Yeah, apparently.
I knew they were like trying to get someone to take on finishing it.
They announced so I guess it's going to be Skybound's Telltale The Walking Dead.
Oh, is that how you think they'll frame it up?
It's their
it'll be
game
Skybound.
game.
It'll be Skybound's The Walking Dead.
I mean, Telltale's got to get their money, and that's how they get it, is putting their name in the title.
It'll be Skybound's Walking Dead, a Telltale game.
Well, because the Walking Dead one is Telltale's Walking Dead. The Walking Dead.
So
this would
be
Skybound's.
No. It'll be Telltale's The Walking Dead from Skybound.
A Skybound
game. There you go.
But they will apparently work with some of the former team.
Yeah.
At least that's what they're saying. But the part that confused me, the one I saw, it said they were going to do season 4.
Yeah.
And season 2 just came out. So who's doing season 3?
Does that mean that they've already finished 3 and they just...
The way I understood it, they were still working on 3 and 4. So I don't know. I don't know if the Skeleton Crew is going to be finishing 3. I don't know.
Oh, weird.
It's just a weird situation.
Yeah.
But it's just... I mean, I even saw some comments on it. It was like, yeah, we are... everyone lost their job, but we're still getting our game.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you're not paying the people who built this Severance, but we're still going to get to play it.
Yeah, it kind of sours the whole situation, doesn't it? Yeah.
Mm. Which I did play them anyways. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't care for Telltale games.
You still get to eat the cake. It has salt and tears. And
salty
sweat
tears
in it.
Yes.
Here you go.
All the sweat and tears and no money.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's lame.
Yeah.
Lighter note.
Yes.
Have you ever wondered how many Goombas you could load up and stack in Mario Galaxy?
I am wondering now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What the hard limit is for the Nintendo Switch for the Goomba stacking?
I saw this already, so I know.
Yes.
But I'll play along. How many is it?
It's 200.
Oh, okay. And I honestly thought it'd be higher.
Yeah, I would too. But apparently when you get more than 200, the Switch crashes. So that's the hard limit for the system.
Okay.
And
it's
just 200 Goombas.
Yeah,
I wonder how much data that is. How much memory does 200 Goombas?
How many bytes is a Goomba?
Yeah, it eats up a bunch of memory.
There's some information on that somewhere. I don't have it in front of me right now, but I'm sure you could find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a glorious thing to see.
It is. It was mesmerizing, I think, would be.
The swaying
it had a wobble. It had
wobble.
some sine wave things going on.
And then the stomp all the way through it.
Yes.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now, when it breaks and you're surrounded by 200 Goombas, not so much fun.
Not so fun. It seemed to chug up quite a bit.
Yeah. Did not look like it would be.
It looks like a horrible death. That's what it looked like.
What it did. Yeah, it did look like that.
A horrible, laggy death.
Some guy remade Shadow Moses from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
In Lego World.
Well, what?
So,
I was thinking the Unreal Engine.
Yeah,
something
which
like
is
that.
A common thing
That's
right now.
a common thing. I mean, everyone rebuilds everything in the Unreal Engine to make it pretty.
No,
okay, let's back up. The Lego
World.
Lego World.
Yeah, so you can, build stuff in Lego World.
Yeah,
this guy,
I've almost bought that game many times because I love Legos.
It's kind of the Minecraft and Legos.
I really want to play it.
And this guy rebuilt Shadow Moses.
That's cool.
It is kind of cool.
How does it look good?
It looks pretty good. I kind of skimmed through the video. The video is like 20 minutes.
Oh. And you just don't have that time.
I don't really.
You have an hour to talk on a podcast, but 20 minutes to watch a video? No.
Not to prepare for the show for sure. I skimmed through it. It looked pretty good.
Okay.
It had a lot of little elements from it, and he apparently created the whole island. It took 30 plus hours of work, but there's a video of it if you want to go check it out if you're a Metal Gear Solid fan and a Lego fan.
Yeah.
KFC Gaming?
That's not a thing.
It is a thing.
No, they make chicken, Dudley.
They do make chicken.
Yes.
But
they make chickens in weird bowls.
A Twitter account
and breadless sandwiches
called KFC Gaming.
Okay.
That is verified. Like it got the blue check.
Yeah. Verified as
we
actually
don't even have
KFC.
That.
No, because we're no one. No one. The only person who can verify us is each other, and who's going to trust that guy?
Yeah. Exactly. But apparently, it popped up on Twitter. A KFC gaming thing.
Okay. That's officially from KFC.
Yeah.
It's not a troll.
It might be Russian, but I don't think it is. Apparently, it's a common thing a little bit. Like, Arby's has been doing a marketing thing with gaming.
I did. I saw that. I was sitting in Arby's just last week, eating a roast beef, as you do. And I looked over, and there was a little paper standy thing on one of the tables that had a rabbit on it.
Yeah, apparently they've been doing it for a little while.
Yeah, and I was like,
KFC
what's that
is trying
about?
to tap into that Arby's market.
Okay, they are competitors.
Gaming. Yeah, pretty much. And so by trying to get them youngins
play games,
young
and eat
gamers,
yeah,
those whippersnappers to buy some chicken,
and get themselves some chicken
because that's a market to tap into. Apparently,
yeah, you got to get those
gamers
who
buy fast food.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never heard of them.
I mean, no, I didn't just eat a bunch of Whataburger.
Maybe not. No gaming involved.
I can't say because they're not sponsoring us.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the thing.
I wonder what they're going to put out with there, if it's just going to be a marketing thing.
I think it's just a marketing thing.
Well,
it's just a way to tie.
They're not going to make an actual game.
Tie their chicken
not
into
interested.
games. Like there's a little video clip where they modded Colonel Sanders into wrestling or something. I don't know. One of the wrestling games and Fortnite and whatever. Yeah, they're just trying to get that young audience.
Mm-hmm.
Konami.
Yes.
Is launching a movie franchise for one of their games.
It's not Metal Gear, is it?
Maybe it is.
Is it Metal Gear?
It's not Metal Gear.
Okay.
It's Dance Dance Revolution. They're launching a movie franchise.
Okay.
Now, if you think
Dance Revolution. What movies franchise would you think that is? What genre would you put that in?
I would put that in as a dancing musical, maybe,
okay,
or a dance competition type thing.
And what would
Dirty
the plot
Dancing
be?
or Footloose,
Yeah,
or something like that.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, Ghost.
Yeah. Maybe I could argue that. Yeah, sure.
Anything like that.
According to Variety,
Yes.
this is straight from them. This is the elevator pitch for the game or for the movie.
Yeah.
The project will explore a world on the brink of destruction where the only hope to unite through the universe is the language of dance. It's a post-apocalyptic movie.
Why?
This is the dumbest thing ever.
Okay.
One,
Yeah.
why are you making a movie from Dance and Dudley? Two,
It's
you're
Konami. Yeah, it's Konami.
You have better IP.
Well, yeah.
Why?
I mean, they did do. I mean, they own Silent Hill, right? And
yes.
So they. I mean, they didn't. I think it was before they got it that they made the Silent Hill movies. But
Yeah, but Dance.
Yeah,
I mean, come on. You have Metal Gear Solid. Why?
yeah,
why are you,
but do we really want Konami doing anything with
No,
Metal Gear?
not really.
No.
I'd rather just say it's done.
Yeah.
It is finished.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Let's see. Some other random news. There's some new content for XCOM 2 coming out
I
this
need
week.
To play that game.
It's actually free. The XCOM 2, it's like some stuff that adds into the game.
Yeah.
Some new content, but it's free from October 9th to December 3rd. So if you already own the game and you want to get some free stuff for it, if you don't get it by December 3rd, it will be go up to $8.
That's not terrible.
But it's an interesting.
I need to buy that game. I love the XCOM games, and
apparently the DLC that came with it.
It looks
second one is
supposed to be pretty good, and I would really like to check it out. It's just there's so many games, and there's more coming every day. More games.
Yep.
There's
a rumor that maybe a new Switch model is coming out next year, but that's just. I think it sounds more like
just probably talking, and
I think it's spitballing because
the
number of sales are lagging a little bit,
but they've sold a ton of them.
They did sell a ton of them
because you know why it's lagging? Everyone has one,
pretty much. And then also supposedly you're going to be able to change your name on the PlayStation Network soon.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was not a thing.
You can't. You can't change your name because it's all tied into the old system.
Okay.
So you can't do it. But apparently it will be coming eventually according to some anonymous developers. But possibly this year?
Okay.
The quote from someone was that you won't be asking me this question about changing your name at the next PSX, which is their event thing they host.
Yeah.
But they said they're not doing one this year.
So it's never going to happen.
It may not.
You're not going to be asking me because they're never doing it again.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah. That's about it.
That's about it.
There's a few other things, but we don't have time to get into it.
But before we close out, I need to ask you a question. So you're walking down the beach, and it begins to rain on you. What do you do next?
Why am I walking down the beach?
You're a robot! Please go to our website.
I feel no emotions.
You are not a robot, please go to our website at deafandumb.com. That's DEAFNDUMB.com. And please like and comment and subscribe to us and let us know how we're doing. We like to hear from you, and we're going to keep putting out a new episode every Monday, as we have done for 138 weeks now, because we're just idiots, I guess. So, thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.